All right, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Y'all, we back, man. Meet me on the 50. We over here tonight. What's it? Tuesday? Tuesday night, the director's corner. We got somebody, a very familiar friend of the channel, man. Mr. PJ Howard, aka the Moss Boss himself, will be here tonight, man. Live and direct, y'all. This is I'm your host. Meet me on the 50. We about to get into it. Before you do anything, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like. Share this thing out with everybody you know in the band world, man. You don't want to miss this, all right? Let's go ahead and get into it. All right? Meet me on the 50. Let's go.
Ready, caller.
Time to go watch some marching bands.
Marching up and down the field.
Battle head to head, who takes the crown?
Meet me on the
Meet me on the 50. Meet me on the 50.
Meet me on the 50.
Meet me on the 50.
Meet me on the 50.
Meet me on the 50. Meet me on the 50.
There you go. What's happening, my brother?
What's that? Whoa.
All right. Hey, y'all, if y'all don't know, y'all know who this is right here. I don't even got to even go through all that, man. Mr. PJ, bro, what's going on with you?
Man, just chilling, man. Trying not to get corona fat. You heard me?
What you doing, a push-ups, man? Look, we was in the gym heavy at one point, bro. Look, this whole thing slowed us down, man.
Man, this time last summer, man, we was 2 push-ups away from Schwarzenegger, man.
Nah, we was 2 push-ups away from re-enlisting, bro. It's good.
Man, you was 2 push-ups away from realistic. I ain't never going back.
Hey, man, in case y'all didn't know, man, it's a couple things that me and P have in common, man. One of them that y'all may not know, that we used to, know what I'm saying, we devil dogs. United States Marines right here, man. I think we might actually serve the same time. When did you go in?
Man, 2001, 2001.
We was there to say, where was you at, Lejeune or on the West Coast?
Man, I actually went from Lejeune to deploy. I didn't get a chance to enjoy nothing.
Yeah, I was over in North Carolina, Camp Lejeune the whole time. Boeing, brother.
Yeah, man. It's all G. You know.
Rod Dawson, we gonna get into that. He asked what college you went to. We gonna get into all that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how you doing? Hey, how the family? Everybody good?
Man, everybody good. Everybody healthy, you know. Everybody jumping on top of the sea moss thing that I got, and they starting to see the value of it. And you know, everybody just trying to use this downtime to actually improve their lives and some of the things that they uh, have finally had the opportunity to be honest with themselves about it, and that's ignoring their health. You know, a lot of people try to focus on the exterior and don't understand that the interior has a face as well. You know, so that's what we've been on, man. Just trying to be transparent with ourselves so that we can be better people,
Yeah.
uh, inside out.
Yeah, man. I mean, P had put me on to a couple things. You got me on, I think it was the black seed oil too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So he talks about health, man. P know what he's talking about. How can they reach out to you to get some of the CMOS product?
Man, you can find me on Instagram. I got a brand new page. It's called C underscore Moss underscore Boss underscore B Ham.
I'm gonna
And
go
C
ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll that at the bottom. C underscore Moss underscore
Boss underscore B Ham.
BHAM
Yeah, BHAM.
on Instagram.
Yeah, somebody else took the other name. I apologize for making it so long.
All right, no problem, no problem. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and place my order, man. He has two variations of it. He has the purple, which is that's like the high octane, man. You really trying to restart your life, man, and get yourself back to when you was 12. You know what I'm saying? Back to that place in your life, man. That purple, is what you need.
But you know the funny thing about that sea moss is, man, it's actually it's an ancient substance, man. I mean, as long as there's been the sea, there's been sea moss. And you know how we are, we usually here in the United States, we have to do extensive research to actually find food because the stuff that we eat nowadays, it ain't food.
It ain't food. Mm-mm.
You know, so that's why your body responds to it by creating fat. because it don't know where else to put it. It digests as much as it can, and the
Yeah.
rest of it stores it as fat, man. It don't know what to do with it.
We gonna get that going. I'm gonna get me an order, man. But let's go ahead and get into this band thing, man.
I'm
So
ready.
last time we spoke, man, about a year ago. I want to say over
Mhm.
a year ago. Y'all go check out the past interview we had with PJ. You was lighting the scene up over there in Tuscaloosa, man. So some things have
Yeah,
changed. Some things have changed since then.
yeah.
Um, what caused the split? Like what made you split from Stillman?
Well, man, just keeping it real, man. It's not something I actually wanted to do. It's something that I talked about doing, but it actually happened before I was ready. Just to keep it honest. And you know, sometimes, just like when you go to a shoe store, man, you can't get the one that everybody wants you to wear. Like everybody running buying J's, but what if you don't have no arch? That shoe ain't gonna fit you right.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go get the one that works the best for you. And for me, you know, although I miss my students, and some of them are coming with me on my new journey. Kudos to them. Although I miss my students, I've been in this game, man. Um, this season was my 19th season as a college band director.
Mm.
This was my second tour at Stillman College. You know,
You started out there. You started
yeah,
out
I
there,
did.
right? Yeah.
Dr. Thomas E. Lau gave me my first shot. Him and a delayed grade, Charles Cooper Jr. from Sidney Lanier High School in Montgomery.
Yeah.
They gave me my shot, and I did my best. And then after that, I went to Miles, uh, Arthur Means Jr., director of bands at the time, founder of the Purple March Machine. He gave me a shot, and that's where I really started to blossom because, you know, he made me feel like I think that he just made me feel like I was better than I actually was. I know now that I wrote some hits over there, but I didn't know what I was doing, man. I was just writing from my heart. You know what I mean? I was going through a lot. At the time I was actually homeless. I didn't care about going to school. It took me a while to graduate, man. I went to school because I had nowhere to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, school actually gave me somewhere to stay. Food to eat. You
Yeah.
know, and at the same time, until I was able to find myself, I just wrote about it. I wrote music that reflected how I felt in that stage of my life. And a lot of my music was dark, and then it was emotional, and it really gave me an outlet to express myself because I'm not really an emotional guy visually,
Mm-hmm.
but it gave me a means to. It was like medication, and the students loved my music so much, and I just couldn't understand why because I was going through a period in my life where I was trying to figure out why in the hell did these people think I'm so awesome, and I barely got clean clothes to wear, man. Like my self esteem was low, man.
I can answer that, man. I think that the people that you mentioned, as far as Mr. Lyles, and actually he's the founder of the Mighty Marching Hornets too, right?
The Alabama State Mighty Marching Hornets Miracle Band.
They did.
Yeah,
And look at you, full circle, man. But I think the people that you had that were these influencers, they saw something in you before you saw it.
well, I'm gonna tell you what Dr. Law saw in me, man. I used to date his daughter. His daughter was my first girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and he was able to observe me on a more intimate platform. And one thing he would always tell me is that I didn't have to be so tough. And I
Right.
was like, I'm not trying to be tough. It's just how I am. It took me a while to open up to people, and even though once I got to know people, I loved them real hard. Once I let those walls down, like I got friends now, man, that I'm happy that I have because you know the moment I had my last breath versus me being um worried about where I'm headed. I can remember those times and remember those people that I met during this life, man, and reminding me that, if I don't see another day, it was all worth it.
Yeah.
So, I appreciate him, and that guy, I didn't know, I just saw him as Doc, and he was more like a dad. Versus when I would go out in public with him, everybody would be like, "Man, that's Doctor Lau." I was like, "Man, he ain't nobody." And then once I became a band director, it was then, studying him and understanding the significance of who he was. It made me feel so stupid because I was I was I was with a legend every day.
Didn't even know it.
Riding in the car with him, in the line at Burger King, he would
Mm-hmm.
take me after practice sometimes, and he was an awesome guy, and I used to give him hell. I used to give everybody hell, man. I think I was a little disturbed, because I was not in a when I was a kid, I wasn't in a happy place. I had just lost my father to the prison system, and the small time that I shared with my dad, he was my hero, and I couldn't understand that. And I went from that to living with his mom, who hell, I woke up one Sunday morning, and she didn't. So it's like stuff was happening in a row like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, 3 weeks later, her husband passed away because he didn't want to live no more because his wife died. His whole family just went missing. All this happened in one summer, man.
Mm.
So then, me getting attached to people, it truthfully it did like a number on me psychologically and emotionally. I didn't want to love folks. I didn't want people to get close to me because I felt like if I got attached to them, when they left, was I going to be able to endure that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I started writing music and tell y'all about, they got this little gospel song that tell you about he's an on time God.
Mm-hmm.
Man, nobody ever sat down and taught me how to arrange a chart. Nobody till this day. Never. And then, you got people telling me, oh man, he's one of the greatest band directors and arrangers of all time. Nobody ever sat down and said, "Hey, man, do this, do that, do this, do that." Because when I first started arranging music, man, I was a business major. I was a
Mm-hmm.
hustler. I was into marketing and sales and recruitment. That's what I wanted to do with my life, man. I didn't want to be a band director because I didn't feel like it made enough money. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. I
But
mean, you in good company, man. I mean, I think it's a lot of musicians who were self-taught. Jimi Hendrix, a lot of folks taught themselves, man. So you were great. You like you said, you ain't know that you was with a living legend. You a living legend, brother. You got to know that.
man, I appreciate that, man. I
I ain't mean
feel
to
like
cut you. I ain't mean to
more.
cut you off though. Go ahead though, bro.
It's all good, baby. No, I just feel like when I met these people, um, I was just a vessel, man. I was just a empty space, waiting to be occupied with. And I just thank God that He occupied me with goodness. And to talk about Stillman, my experience there, uh, man, I just had to say, I'm so blessed. I met some awesome students, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody be telling me, like looking at me like Prof this, trying to hold me on this pedestal, man. I didn't make me. These people names that I made and all the students that I was able to, that they shared their energy and their vulnerable moments with me, while we engineered this, pioneered this journey together and trusted me, man. It's like those people made me. Like my students that still me, they made me.
Mm-hmm.
By telling me their problems and trusting me with some of their intimate moments and they made me. The students that I had at Talladega, man, they made me. The students at Miles uh, and team members at Miles, uh, Arthur Means, Willie Snipes, he was a student director there too. Uh, Eric French, my cousin, he was on the staff when Willie Snipes left. Dr. George T. French, who was past president there. Brianna Knight Davis, who used to be my boss but became my aunt. That's a long story. But it's been a village of people, man, that really just I don't know what the hell they was looking at, but they said, "Look, man, you the one,
Mm-hmm.
and we gonna follow you. We support you. We love you. We believe in you." And I was like, "Damn!" I went and looked in the mirror one day before my first game with Miles College. Let me tell you something, bro. They put me on the staff, and I'm like, damn, I don't have no. Mr. Mean said, son, just go in your room. You know, we're gonna wear black suits. I ain't have a chance to order the band director's uniform, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I didn't even have a damn black suit.
Mm.
I didn't have anything. When I came to Miles, bro, I had like 12 outfits in a damn see-through comforter bag.
Yep. I remember that story. Yep.
That was my suitcase, man. And I had a keyboard and I had an old ass laptop that I would put micro floppy disk in, man. And I took great care of the little stuff that I had. And, you know, I go in my closet right now. I could go in that door back there and go in my closet and I could show you, man, you know, it's gotta be I got a pair of shoes in there right now worth about 20 grand.
Mm. I seen him actually. I came over to your condo, man, when I had Battle of
Yeah.
Birmingham. I seen a couple of them shoes. You lucky we don't wear the same size, man.
You
No.
know, I just went from, you know, I had a roommate, man. I'm gonna move past this, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm grateful. And, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm even in an interview right now, man. But I had a roommate, his name was Benny Tompkins, one of my N5 brothers. And I didn't even have enough underwear, man. Benny gave me his parents brought him some underwear. We wore the same size, and he gave me some. Just
This
like
this was back at when? When was this?
Miles College, he was my roommate, man.
Because
I
that was your
mean,
final. That's you caught a bus from New Orleans 2 miles, right?
no, man. I worked at Walmart when I went to school at FAM. I had this little Mitsubishi Mirage that I saved money for. I was working in Walmart in the photo lab,
Mm-hmm.
and I would open and close that thing. And I was living in one of those houses where you just rent a room out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And although it was like a damn mansion, but I was renting a room in there, and I saved my money because the Walmart was across the street, so I just rented a room out of the house, and I would walk to work, and then I found this little Mitsubishi Mirage and Craigslist. It was like $800, and I got that car and got it tuned up and stuff. It was great on gas, and I bought me a, a, a keyboard from the pawn shop and packed up my little clothes. And I left Tallahassee and I went to Fairfield, Alabama, and that's where the magic started, man.
Yeah. So what drew you to Miles though? Was it were you recruited to come out there, or what drew you to that specific city?
Well, actually, man, you might not believe me. The guy who recruited me is the band director there now. His name is Willis Snipes,
Mm.
and I came down to the um, my girlfriend was you know at Southern University at the time, and I came down to the SWAC championship. It was Southern University versus Alabama State in Legion Field,
Mm-hmm.
and it was in 2003. And I met Willis Snipes and a couple other people, and they were KK Psi. I wasn't KK Psi at the time,
Mm-hmm.
although I am now. Shout out to Kappa Kappa Chapter. You heard me?
Hey,
All right,
welcome back. Welcome back.
that's right, baby. Crucial conflict. You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
2K.
There you
But
go.
anyway, uh, but anyway, I met him and he started talking to me about Miles, and I had already seen Miles against Southern, you know, the previous year, and I was like, man, the only thing they need is, you know, a change in instrumentation, you know, because they already had the spirit, they already had the discipline, they already had the desire. They just needed the instrumentation. They needed some more beat tone.
Mm-hmm.
They needed some more. They needed some. They needed some New Orleans in the band. So I got with the band director. I came down and interviewed with him that same weekend and showed him some of my scores. And he was reading my scores, and he was like, "Man, this is some powerful music." He said, "You can make the band play this." I said, "Yes, sir." And I'm keeping it real with y'all. I mean, I didn't know whether I could make him play it or not. I was just writing from my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Can you play it for me on your laptop?" Man, I had to do this little special trick with my laptop charger to make it come on, but I got it coming on. And I was like, man, it must be God because this thing ain't worked all the way down here.
Now this was 2000 and what? Because you were a student. You were a student at this time, right?
Yeah, this is 2003.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2003, and my laptop came on. Him and Mr. James Merriweather was in the room, and Mr. Merriweather co-signed on my music. He's like, "Brother, that's the one right there." He said, "Play that again." And I was like, "Wow, they like my stuff." And then Mr. Mean said, "This is what I'm gonna do. Um, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to arrange for my band. If they like it, we're gonna work it out."
Mm-hmm.
And over the summer, we grew a relationship. I said, "Mr. Means, I don't want to overstep my boundaries, but I have some friends in New Orleans who would love to come down here with me. Can we, uh, help them out with some scholarships? And he said, "Well, can you make it to me?" And I said, "Well, I don't have any money right now. I spent all my money on a car."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Well, can you make it to Western Union?" He Western Union me like $70, man. And my car, the car that I have here, at the time, man, you could ride a month with it, $70.
Now
But
this. Mm-hmm.
I drove to from Tallahassee to Fairfield, and me and him got on the phone, and it started off with like 4 or 5 students, and by the end of the summer, it went from like 4 or 5 to 80. So we went and talked with the president at the time, the late Albert J. Sloan, and he said, "Well, son, if you can give me these students, I'm gonna charter some buses, and you go down there and fill them up."
Mm-hmm.
And I did that. We went parked at Warren Easton High School, and we had 3 charter buses, and I called all my people, and they showed up. At first,
That's
nobody was coming.
that's
And then
crazy.
when they saw those buses out there, man, we had so many people, uh, people I didn't even know. They just knew me, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and they came with some of their friends, and we had charter buses, like 3 charter buses. Had so many kids that they were sitting in the aisle of the charter bus, and the bus driver was like, "Look, y'all can't do that." And them kids like, "Look, I'm gonna sit 3 to a seat, but I'm leaving here." And we came to Miles, and it was 2004, fall 2004. And the band was like 150. Then we came back the very next year in 2005, and it's one of the largest bands in the history of that band program. We had like 7 company fronts of, music. I ain't just talking about including auxiliary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, actual musicians.
Now what year was this? 2000 what? 5?
2004, then 2005. Yeah.
Now we gotta go back real quick, PJ, because I think you overlooking something that's real major right here, man. Because you said your first arrangement, went over well.
Yeah.
Was that Double D? Was that Dirty Diana?
No, my first arrangement was actually talking out of side your neck.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, man, you can't glance over that. So when did you write Dirty Diana?
Man, to be honest with you, I wrote Dirty Diana in 2004. And, you know, uh, it took me like 7 minutes to arrange that song.
No,
It
no.
did. 7 minutes, man. It's repetitive.
But I mean, the
And
chord structures and everything. You had 7 minutes to get everything down. It was already in your head. You just put it on paper.
yeah, like, how I arrange music, I arrange it in here first. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
go in my room, I turn out the lights, and
Mm-hmm.
I stare at the ceiling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, and I start hearing it, like I hear the pitches and everything, like my cousin Eric French was like, "Man, you got perfect pitch, man. You gotta get serious with this writing music thing because this dude, he can sit in his car, he can whistle, and he'll write a song. Like he don't need no keyboard, he don't need none of that."
Yeah.
But so I would lay in my room and I would write the song. And when I had it in my head, I would just go to my laptop and I would just put it down. And then when I got to the end, because my major instrument is sousaphone, and that usually kind of locked the structure and the pulse of the song. So, I would get almost to the end of the song and I'll press play. And then I'll go back to the resource, the actual Michael Jackson song, and I would see if it felt like Michael Jackson was actually performing my song, like hit the very essence, the
Yeah.
very energy of Michael Jackson. And if I didn't feel that same thing that Michael Jackson made me feel, yeah, my song was a flop.
I mean, it's almost like it's a very photographic thing. You think about a painter. Some of them
Mhm.
need to have a picture in front of them and then paint you that way. some of them can see right here. I can see your face, and now it's in my head. I don't need to see a picture. So you might be one
Exactly.
that's same thing with music. So apparently you can hear a song, and you just go ahead and you know it, man. That's crazy.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I don't want to sound weird when I say this. Uh, I don't really. I hear music, but more than anything, like when the band is playing, I actually see shades of color.
Yep, yep. I heard that before. I
I
heard that
mean,
before. It's
that's
a
that's what I see. You know, that's why sometimes um when you'll catch me directing the band, you'll see me looking in the air. Like I actually see color.
so.
You
What
know,
does the color red represent? Is it more of like if I give you a color, can you tell me what that mood is?
most definitely. Red is very romantic color for me. It's very promiscuous, very passionate, lustful. Yeah, that's what red is for me. You know, like red would be Liberian girl, my arrangement of Liberian girl, or Sade, is it a crime? You know, moonlit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Romance,
yeah, yeah.
rendezvous, if you will.
And he arranged every song he just mentioned right here, man.
Yeah,
That's dope, man. That is dope. And like we get back real quick to this car, man. A lot of folks may not have heard the story before. I remember it vividly, man. So this car didn't last too long. So apparently, you traded it for something, man. You can go ahead and tell them what you traded it for, because this is a genius idea. Going back to when he first got the miles, this man, he's a musician, he's a band director, but he's an entrepreneur as well, man. And this is
yeah,
started early with that. So he traded his whip in to his one of your roommate because
yeah.
he he worked at Frito Lay.
One of my now frat brothers. His name is Lamarcus Booyer. We call him Shell Shock.
Uh huh.
I traded this dude my car. I mean, hell, I couldn't afford to put gas in it, but he
Right.
had a job. And then I asked him how his first, the first time I took him to work, and I saw how far it was and what time he had to be there. I was like, this ain't gonna work, bro. But I'm one of those loyal friends, so I was like, man, look, just take the car. You got a driver's license? He said, yeah. I said, well, I don't. Well, you more equipped to drive my car than I am.
Right.
Because I had got a ticket coming from Tallahassee. My license was suspended, so it's like I got a car, but he ain't got no license. He got a license. I got a car. Well, get in the car.
About to say Tallahassee to Fairfield is a good what 6 hours, 5 6 hours.
With me driving about 4.5, straight up 231 through Montgomery, Troy, Montgomery, Ozark, Brundage. When you get to Montgomery, Birmingham, the same thing. Just jump on 65.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
So,
ain't get fooled with too much when I was down there, man. I didn't see a whole lot of police presence down there.
well, in Birmingham.
In the city, yeah, but I mean on the highways, I ain't see a whole lot of troopers and stuff like that.
No, well, it depends on what time of year it is. They get a
Right.
real, bored, and then they want you to see them, especially when they get their new cruisers. They be
So
down
you
bad.
so you get the car, you get the Fairfield.
Mhm.
Roommate has a job. Go ahead, pick up from there.
Well, my roommate had a job at Frito Lay, and he was depending on me for a ride. So I said, "I tell you what, man, you need a car, and I need some money. This is what I want you to do. Versus paying me to borrow my car, just pay me in chips." He said, "What?"
Yeah.
I said, "You told me that they throw those chips away at night when they mark around and so on and so forth. I want you to bring me them chips." And he a real lawyer dude. He said, "Bet that'll work for me." So he don't work at Frito Lay no more, so y'all can't fire him. But anyway, so he would bring me like 5 foot tall trash bags filled with chips that ain't even hit the shelves yet.
The new.
Man, so I had like 3 trash bags full of chips, man. I dumped them on my bed one day, and I was like, "Dang, is that many chips in here?" And he's like, "Yeah." He said, "They all yours, Fred." I said, "Well, dang." So we went from there to that same comforter bag that I used to bring as my suitcase. It was not my display case. So I used to walk around the campus selling chips. So I started selling chips. I mean, in my mind, I had zero investment capital, so any dollar I made was a gain. So I was walking around the dorm at certain times of night because the cafeterias and stuff closed and people still be hungry. So I would make money like that. Then I took my chips and I started adding stuff to my menu. I bought me a George Foreman grill. I started, making burgers and Polish sauces and so on and so forth. Then I started putting combos together.
You got a whole deli in the dorm room, man. Whole
Yeah,
deli.
Yeah, and then I went and got me invested in a Sam's card so I can buy things in bulk
In
for a
both.
cheaper price.
Mm-hmm.
And I expanded my menu. So long story, more to the story, I was making like almost $3,000 cash a month. Hustling. Just right there on the campus. And by the time I left my house, I had saved about $13,000. I mean, because it wasn't nothing to do. I mean, I didn't have no needs. I didn't have
No car note, no rent.
no
You
nothing.
know,
I didn't
nothing.
have. I had the same. I lived the same way that I did. When I was broke. As I didn't reinvent myself. Only thing I did was
Mm-hmm.
try to elevate my hustle and expand my reach by adding new things to the menu that would appeal to a different group of people.
Man, that's deep what you just said though, man. Just because you got money and you chose to still live broke, man, it's like that. People can learn from that. You
I mean,
know.
I was already living free. It's like still had my dorm room. I still could go eat in the cafe, and eat for free,
Yeah.
and I didn't have nothing to spend money on, so I just kept it. You
So
know,
what happened to the store, man? You left school. What happened to the store? You had the inventory. What you do with
well,
it?
well, I always been. It was a blessing to me. So what I did is, when I got ready to leave, I just gave it to my roommate.
Mm.
I let him have everything. Look, I said, "Look, I'm leaving, bro. You can have all this stuff." He said,
Mm-hmm.
"What are you talking about?" I said, "Whatever you see how to run it, because when I would be away from the store, he would take the orders and stuff for me, and he would never steal from me." So I said, "I tell you what, since you was always real with me, you can just take over from here because I'm leaving next month." And I don't know what happened to the store after that, but I left him in a good place.
Yeah, that's crazy right there, man. So let's get, I guess, kind of getting back to band. You in the state of Alabama, obviously, man. You've been various programs, man. When you just getting back to Stillman real quick. When you got to Stillman, I want to say I remember you told me this a while ago, but you had 4 members in the band program. It was a 4 or 5,
It was for
and you built so you have the magic touch, multiple ways regarding the band, man. What is it? Give us a few secrets to success, man. How do you grow a band from 4 members to the program that you left with, man, in 2019?
Well, man, you gotta look at band like first of all, I like to say band is not an after school activity. First off, you gotta understand that band is a sport, and one thing that why I'm so excited to work under the tutelage of Dr. James Oliver this upcoming season because he understands that band is a business.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing you gotta understand about band is that you have to market it well. You have to have a good product, but before you even know the product is good yourself, you have to believe in it. Um, I could have, I had a lot of different job offers this upcoming fall
Yep.
after, announcement of me leaving Stillman.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know where I was going to be because I had so many opportunities that I didn't know which one to choose. And, and, so when I thought about what my next journey would be, my next level of band could possibly be, and who could I'm a student, so we want to learn,
Mm-hmm.
And I said to myself, tonight on Self Be True, what are you to do next? And I said, well, I know where my weak point is. I've never had a Snapchat show. My band's never been on. Um, I never had a band on a video before. You know, I've never had a band on Lifetime. I've never done any of these things. I don't know if many band directors have. I've never taken a band to the Rose Bowl. And these are some of the things that I want to be able to say even before I can call myself a legend. Um, I have to. These are some of the things that are on my bucket list. I just want to be able to do better than just to say I took a student from a tough situation or a rough living environment and gave him an opportunity to come acquire his degree or better himself or herself. Any band director can say they've done that.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned a few. Definitely big accolades to go to the Rose Bowl and presidential inauguration, and all that stuff is great. But it doesn't make you the band director that you are today, man. I think that you go to a football game, the people that are at those venues that you mentioned are not going to be at the game. You know what I'm saying? The faces look a little
Yeah,
different. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
um, that would be my target demographic, man. You know, you keep them happy. They're the ones supporting you every week. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
um, yeah, so yeah, that's crazy though. So 4 members to 150. So now you at Alabama State. First
yeah,
of all, what made you choose ASU? Because we speak often, man, and you
yeah.
let me know you have certain offers on the table. You made a decision to go down to Montgomery, man, to join Dr. O.
Hmm.
So what made you make that decision, man?
Well, man, just the love and respect that I have from them. And before, just like with students, if they don't respect you or respect what it is that you do, then they won't even allow themselves to learn from you in the first place. Like I said, I'm a student, and I've just, you know, um, started this journey to acquire my master's degree. And talked to Dr. O. I've been talking to him for years, and he's always been very protective of where I am and who I work with. And he told me a long time ago, he's like, "Look, man, you need to come home. Let me take care of you." And you know, in the midst of me deciphering or deciding where I was going to go, he reached out to me not to try to get me to come to. He already extended the opportunity for me to come to Alabama State, but he reached out to me just to see how I was doing one day. And I just got off the phone with my boss at Stillman and so on and so forth, and we was working out some stuff. And I was actually supposed to go back. And after I hung up the phone, I talked to Dr. Over, and I was like, what's going to stop this from happening to me ever again? You know.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, well, you got to have somebody who's going to protect you, and somebody who's going to love you, somebody who's going to guide you, somebody who actually gives a damn whether you make it from one paycheck to the next. That's a lot of us college band directors. That's what we doing. We just fighting to make it from one paycheck to the next, man. We get paid once a month.
Wow,
So, you gotta wait 30 days, and you might, on day 31, you might be fired. You know what I mean?
that's crazy. I didn't know that. You saying so? Band directors in general get paid one check a month.
Once a month, man.
Wow, wow, wow. I had one job like that, and it was rough because I had this job when I was in my early 20s. So imagine trying to manage money as a 20-something-year-old. You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy. So real quick about Dr. Oliver, man. I think I told you this story before, but the people probably don't know. In 2019, this past fall, I had an event, Battle for Birmingham, which consisted of all the schools within the state of Alabama. Alabama State being one of them. So the show came and went. It
Mm-hmm.
was time for all the bands to get on the buses and go home. But it was also time to cut some checks for all the participating band for their scholarship funds.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that, and I gave a check to Dr. Oliver. Okay, I was rushing, whole lot was going on, but the next day I realized, wow, I'm missing $1,000. Okay, I get a phone call. Tell you what kind of man Dr. Oliver is right here, man. He calls me and lets me know that you overpaid. I'm about to send you $1,000 back. So that goes to tell you, man, that the character of the person that you chose to go and I'll say go into business with, because this is a music business right here, the man. He is the right person. I think you made a great choice, PJ, because
Yeah.
yeah, that was something that he didn't have to do. I probably would have never known where that $1,000 went to, man. But he
But
sent
the
it.
funny thing is, man, is after that performance at the Battle for Birmingham, and I was high.
You
You
was
know,
what?
I was high. Like high off of the crowd response,
Oh, okay, okay.
the ambiance.
Mm-hmm.
Because that show that we did, that was a 3-day show.
Yep.
We didn't. We had a lot of variables. I'll just say that. But this
Mm-hmm.
comes with show business. The crowd don't give a damn. The crowd came to see you put on a good show. So that's all you can do is deliver. If you don't deliver, they don't care why. It's either you delivered or you didn't. And I learned that from Dr. Oliver. So he came and saw me while the bands were eating. He said, "Come here, man. Let me talk to you." He said, "I'm pissed off with you." I was like, "Huh?" everybody just got through dapping me up and taking pictures with me and shaking hands, and here he come, killjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at him like my dad, so it meant a lot. That's why he was able to disturb my mood in the first place.
Yeah.
I hate disappointing that dude, man.
Yeah.
So he went on to say, listen, when other people doing foolish stuff, you can't participate. You ain't gotta prove yourself to nobody, man. He said, you did an awesome job. He said, but what if people was looking at you to give you an opportunity? You just blended in with the crowd because you just participated in what everybody else was doing. He said, this is what you should have done. You go in there, you perform with class, you always be professional, and never lose yourself, in the midst of what everybody else is doing.
Mm.
And when Monday come, it's Sunday night,
Mm-hmm.
but he said Monday come, you better call me. I said,
Mm.
yes, sir. He said, look, he said, I'm proud of you, but I ain't surprised. I know you could do that. And,
Mm.
and I was tripping. So by the time when Monday came around, the school dropped this mass emails like Stillman voted number one band in
Yep.
the nation by ESPN Sports. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
The last thing I'm thinking about is calling Doc so he can finish chewing my head off.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, that's what I was just high. I was on a whole high. It's like, man, you mean people across the nation are looking at this little band like this? Like I knew my students were great because of the same question, they asked us in the Marine Corps, what are you willing to give to win?
Mm-hmm.
And my students, they damn near willing to give their lives, man, to be a part of something that I dreamed in my room.
So what was that phone call about with Dr. O? Was it in regards to, where this move?
Well, no, he was really just calling me, man, to check on me. Like I said, he called me to check on me, see how I was doing, and
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes I would reach out to him, he'd be so busy, and he was calling to check on me. His workload had died down, and he was just really just trying to check on me, see how I was doing, and and told me to come see him. And I had to build up a lot of courage to go see him, man, because I was just, like I ain't got time to call nobody. My next thing to do is chase this high. I got the people listening. The band heads is on my side.
Yeah.
So I gotta go work harder this week. And we was getting ready for Southern University and Talladega and
Down in
Alabama.
Mobile, right?
So I was like, man, I
Mm-hmm.
ain't got time for him to chew my head off because he be messing with my head. When he say whatever he said to me, it matters. You see.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I only got two people like that in the world. It's probably him and Miguel Bonds. Like they can tell me something and it'll throw me off. And I don't like that. So when I don't want to talk to them, I don't talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you set yourself apart? I think the biggest challenge, I think, if I was a band director in Alabama, man, it's
Yeah.
just so many talented programs, bro. It's like, how do you do it? Like, how do you set yourself apart? How do you grow a strong program in that kind of environment?
Well, man, it is impossible, because you got to think to not just grow, but to rebrand a program. Um, this day and age in the NFL area of bands, like they're more thriving college bands in Alabama than anywhere else in the world.
Mm. Mm-hmm. That's true. That's
And
true.
less than 2 hours in distance from each other. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I just had to stick to my guns. I said, uh, one of my mentors, Mr. Wilbur Rawlins, told me, he said, PJ, when you're gonna get your own band, this is what I want you to do every day. I want you to get your journal and I want you to write in your journal every day. After you listen to other people bands, I want you to write what in your journal, what your band looks and sounds like. So when you get there, you won't have to be searching for identity. You already have it. So me personally, I wanted a band that represented me. I'm a rebel, you know, and I like to prove people wrong, not for spite, but because everybody is so rooted and, stuck on what theory says. What theory is what theory is.
Mm-hmm.
It's an opinion. And people told me that I couldn't have a full band sound without woodwind, and I did that. People told me that the um, people told me that the contra or the shoulder tubas was for white bands, PWI, core style band, and I proved them wrong. Me personally, I research a lot. I'm a band nerd. I'm a band goon. I'm a band bully. I'm all of that. I'm like five different personalities.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the stuff that I do know about this sport, nobody knows like me because I stay up all night. I research it. I do. I test my theories, and I write down the research, and I try to find ways to make what it is on my mind, make it real.
Mm-hmm.
Other band directors, a lot of them, some of them inherited band programs, man. And I respect it, but it's not the same as building one from scratch. So I had to do what I had to create. If I create a band that looks like Southern University, then I have to compete with Southern University. That's a problem.
Yeah.
So um, the only way to have a special product is to create one that nobody else has. And that's what I set out to do. That's the only way you can set yourself apart. You got to sell your product. I can't sell Southern University because I don't know the significance of it. Usually that's why some schools take the graduates or graduates of that program who understand the significance, and they're able to sell it because they've tested it, they've been a part of it, they are actually the fruit of the program. So Stillman College, I just did me. I kept some of Dr. Lyle's philosophies,
Yeah.
and um, I intertwined them with mine and my band experiences, and that's what you had. The pride, the best, not the rest. I still, rep them. You know,
So your
I,
kids from Stillman, do you think a lot of them will end up transferring? Have you what's going on?
well, some of them are, but I hope some of them stay because I want that band program to live on. Uh, they got some internal issues they got to work out, but I have faith that one day those issues will be worked out, and that the band will one day receive the attention and the support that it deserves because I mean, man, the recipe's still there. All somebody got to do is turn the stove on and cook with it. You
Yeah.
know, I got a student over there now, Christopher Hill. He's a phenomenal guy,
Mm-hmm.
and we talk from time to time. You know, and he understands. And I told him that whatever you need, man, I ain't gonna keep nothing from you. Just call me. Also, my fraternity brother, my right hand man over there, Eddie Fraction. He's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they work together well. So I just pray to God that they continue to have that chemistry. And I pray even harder that the powers that be actually open the floodgates so that they can help, take that band program to the next level. They got the right quality kids over there. Got some beautiful minded students over there. They got a great work ethic. And I'll just leave it. They know what the band staff, they know what they need to do. We've already talked about it to get the band to where they need to go. Uh, so I just bid them blessings and success on their journey.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that one thing that you have a one up on a lot of the other band directors is that you see this as not just the band business, but you in the people business, man. You know what I'm saying? You tell me about not just teaching the kids, but you teach them how to create their own opportunities financially,
Yeah,
spiritually, just different things we talk about that.
I made all my students get chime cards, man, because I was trying to teach them financial literacy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I have a student named Bianca Kennedy. She started making hoodies,
Mm.
and of course, I bought one. It was an awesome quality hoodie. Her and a student named Jawan,
Mm.
and I think he's going on to Alcorn State University now, so he's going on to a great program. But more of the story is, man, listen, I was teaching my kids how to build business, how to build wealth, because which is going to bring me to my next point. When you're choosing a band program, you should choose the school first, right? Because
Yep.
some of you band directors and some of you parents are doing your child an injustice by letting them choose schools based upon band experience, because that band experience ain't gonna help them after school. A lot of you band directors and a lot of you parents are sending your kids to schools that you didn't even graduate from.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta look at some of these HBCUs. Yeah, they have some great um, band resumes, but they don't graduate many students.
And if they do, I mean, do you think that there's a surplus in band directors? Like, are there too many music majors graduating?
There ain't
T-
enough music majors graduating. That's what I'm saying. You got students who are coming on the pretenses of I want to be a band director,
mm-hmm.
and they end up can't afford school. They drop out of school, and they end up going to work on a construction site. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with construction, but this student told you, "Hey, I want to be a band director." And if I know we're all a salesman to a certain extent, but one thing that we have a responsibility to our conscience, and all of us, we still have to answer to God. So we telling these kids, "Hey, yeah, man, I'm gonna help you do this, I'm gonna help you do that," and then when you get there, the kid just another trumpet player to you, and you ain't aware if his grades is going down or up. You're not gonna complete that journey. So we have a opportunity not only just to build band programs, but we should have, I mean, not an opportunity, but a we have a uh, responsibility, not just to the band programs, but we have responsibility to each and every student in that room. Because we the ones went and got them. And a lot of students are picking schools that they ain't ever gonna be able to do nothing for them. You some of the schools you're gonna get a degree from, you still not gonna get a job.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, you got Alabama State University. Alabama State University graduates students every semester.
Yep.
You know, in Alabama, it's almost hard to go wrong with choosing a school here for the simple fact that, I don't really want to talk about other schools, but I want to give them a fair shake. You got Miles College, they graduate students. Talladega College graduates students, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, that's a safe investment. Alabama State graduates students, and they have one of the greatest music departments in our geographic period. They have one of the greatest education majors in our geographic period. They have one of the greatest forensic science majors in our geographic period. And one thing that I pride about Alabama State University is once you graduate from there, man, you don't have to look for a job because most of the job recruiters come look for you. So how many band directors can come sit and talk with you and your parents and tell you, hey, you don't have to look for the job so hard. The job comes look for you. You got people who went to Alabama State and got what you call core knowledge and didn't graduate, and they still have jobs making 60 or $70,000. And you want to talk about Tuskegee University? I ain't even got to speak on Tuskegee. We can. Oh, it's understood like carry the one. If you went to Tuskegee, then if you graduate, if you can go the distance, you're gonna live well. You're gonna live. If you ain't living well, you living a little better than decent.
Yeah.
So Alabama is a safe place to invest uh, your education in. But
Yeah.
Alabama State, to me, out of all the schools I went, the level of what we call college experience, the energy, that flows through the air, the pride is noble. It's a noble tradition there, a noble legacy, not just surrounding band, but sports and Greek organizations. Miss ASU. Man, let's talk about the Stingettes. Let's talk about the honeybees. Man, I saw the honeybees on the Nike billboard. You get what I said to you, man?
Honeybee, look, honeybees. They had the show. They had that Snapchat show. Man, they making moves that's unheard of as for a dance line.
Some of you guys are choosing institutions where you just gonna be another
Mm-hmm.
scratch on the wall. You just gonna be another butt in the seat. But you ain't gonna leave your mark because that band program is so far ahead of you that you just another face in the crowd. Me
Mm-hmm.
personally, I challenge you to come to Alabama State University and be a part of something dynamic. not a band program that you're investing in by playing your little heart out every day. A band program that invests in you. That's where you need to go. A
Yeah.
band program, you need to invest in a band program where you're going to have relationships, not just in the band room, but across the campus, because guess what? You got to be there for 5 years, man. You might as well be all you can be. I ain't trying to get you to join the army. I'm trying to get you to join the band. You might as well be all you can be.
Yeah.
Come to Alabama State, come pledge Kappa Kappa Psi, come pledge Phi Mu Alpha, come pledge Kappa Alpha Psi, and all the rest of them little frats. I ain't tripping on you, E, but you can get them all right. But you can be a nuke if that's what you desire. And
My hands can't. I got
you
arthritis.
can
Like
be,
my
you
hands
can be,
arthritis.
you can be the bros if that's what you desire.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying to you, go to a school that doesn't have many restraints on your creativity. Come to a school that's gonna give you all that you can give it. Reciprocate. You know what I mean? I seen people transfer from other schools here in Alabama and go to Alabama State. And next thing you know, I see them. They miss ASU, baby. They're part of history, a noble lineage. And not many other schools can boast that because a lot of other things that a lot of other schools are based upon politics, who you know. But Alabama State University is one of those institutions. If you're dynamic, then you're gonna have a dynamic future.
I think ASU is one of the schools that waive the out of state fees. I believe
Uh,
they are.
well, in some musicians, you can get your out of state fees waived.
Okay, okay.
Through you have to audition, via Skype or send in a audition tape. You can get your out of states fees waived and get a scholarship. You can get as many scholarship at Alabama State as you can possibly qualify for.
I see you got that A and B. Let me see. Sit up real quick. Yeah, man, ain't gonna be no. I can't believe this Corona, man, messing the whole year up, man. What we gonna do?
Well, man, we just gonna stay prayed up. I rather this aggression bill and me get to marching band season and unleash it. All Star Band, something we look forward to. All Star Band is that show opener that gets our juices flowing.
It sets the tone. It sets
Yeah,
the
it does.
tone for the season, man.
That's why I was saying. That's why I believe All Star Band is so very important to the band culture. We got All Star bands out there who will take down your favorite college band, but they don't want me saying that. But it's the truth, you know.
Who else is on the leadership of A and B?
You got Joshua McCree. You got I think Isaac Lanier was there. The guy who started the Rude Nation, also one of my students. And I know you got Karis, who's over. I think I forgot what Karis' last name is, but he's awesome with the dance auxiliary, so on and so forth. Tavares Marlowe, he's one of the arrangers and so on and so forth. Kedrick Gibson, Katie Gibson, and Brandon Howard. Those guys are dynamic team, man. So they got a nice staff, man. We just want to I want them to get their participation up. I don't actually participate in AMB personally, but because I hadn't had the time the last couple of years, but I most definitely support them and believe in what they're doing. So, and I know when we was at Tuscaloosa, we had Kyron Green, who was actually having orchestrated a lot of the practices and coordinating things. So it's been a beautiful situation thus far. It's just gonna get better, man.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, in the comments, leave a few questions for Mr. Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know y'all got
Oh,
some.
no, no.
Matter of fact, because they gonna get lost, I need you to send me a message on Instagram. All right, direct message me a message on Instagram at Meet Me on the 50. All right, because I can't. I need me an assistant right here reading through the comments. They going too fast. So send me a message on Instagram. Meet me on the 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So this fall coming up, man. I'm prayed up right with you, PJ, man.
Man,
It's,
I'm telling you, bro. I mean, we got these arranging groups and so on and so forth. I ain't dropping nothing.
hey, it is. I'm like they letting the cat out the bag, man.
You
I
wanna
hope.
you wanna see what I'm putting down? You heard me. This one tell you do. Buy
Yeah,
a damn ticket.
yeah. I know you look. You in the house just like I am. I know you ain't doing nothing but cooking up some heat like every day. How many you dropping on average every week, man?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I write maybe 1.5 arrangements every week. And the reason being is because I'm a perfectionist. My music has a lot of detail.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask any of my students, I teach with so much detail,
Mm-hmm.
because I hear it funny. You feel what I'm saying? And, I would say, somebody recorded some of my music sessions. And I'd be like, I think something wrong with me. But it's very emotional, it's very energetic, it's very alluring, and it gives you this little high that you don't want to be without.
Yeah.
That the energy of creating. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, man.
It,
Yep.
it it's beautiful, man. It's my drug. I'm addicted to it. I don't. I'm willing to drive from ocean to ocean to do it. Because I feel like this is one of the blessings that God gave me that I paid attention to. Sometimes how sometimes when you know you've been blessed, but maybe you don't acknowledge it because you don't see it how the other person see it.
Right.
But this is one of the blessings that I'm in tune with because I know, like, hell, I ain't got no business being here, man. Not this far.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I look behind me, bro, I look down, and I'm like, damn, I'm on a tightrope. And if I fall, man, I'm going to die. But sometimes I tried to fall because I was scared.
But let
Lord,
me.
Lord
I,
made turn the rope into a sidewalk, man. I was tripping.
one thing you did that
Yeah,
one thing you did that I think a lot of people are either afraid to do or just don't know to do is that you made moves. You knew you choose not to sit stagnant in one location, and you knew an opportunity may be in Fairfield or it was in Tallahassee, or
yeah.
you grew up in Montgomery, but you said you had ties to Atlanta, you had ties to New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? You look for opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You don't wait for it to come to you because opportunity
I was
won't
born,
seek
I was
you
born
out.
in New Orleans, man. I just moved to Montgomery when my folks got divorced.
Yeah,
So, you know, um, I've been moving around all my life, man. But what I stayed true to myself, like, we got this thing called intuition. Even with a relationship, you know when it's time to go. You know it.
yeah,
The writing be on the wall. And
yep.
then, sometimes your feet get stuck side by side because you be thinking about what am I gonna do after I leave here? And you ignore that real voice inside you that says, if you would just leave, you would figure out exactly what you're gonna do after you leave here. And that's the question that keeps us in, abusive situations or situations that don't want us. What am I gonna do after I leave here? I can't see life without this place that I'm in. Well, take your damn hands from over your eyes. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm-mm.
So that's basically all you gotta do. You gotta, if look, back in the G, they had this little fundamental saying that said, "Believe in yourself." People don't know how far that'll take you, man. You know, and I've been in relations and situations that ain't had nothing to do with band. Just like the Marine Corps, we survived that, man.
Yeah,
And then certain days in New Orleans, to you survived them days, like back in the 80s, man, in the 90s, you talking about 93, 90, anything. Well, there's certain parts was a damn war zone. So you talking about believing in yourself? Man, please. That ain't my question no more. Can I do it? It's where I'm gonna do it at.
that take a lot of mental strength though, man. Because they say you look at the four closest people in your life, man. That's who you are. And
Yeah,
if that's the case, you know what I'm saying. People are very loyal to their hood or to their family. Sometimes family, sometimes you gotta break away from family, man.
yeah,
You got to sometimes. Or if you stuck in a situation and you watching this video right now, assess your environment. Um, I made a move. I grew up in Maryland, but I moved to North Carolina to, make things happen in the Marine Corps, and so did PJ. Um, yeah, assess your environment, man. Make some moves if you have to make them. All right. Any questions came in? Let's see.
I done gave everybody all the answers,
I
bro.
think you did, brother. Cause look, what y'all starstruck, man? Y'all scared to ask some questions?
No, they're good. Somebody asked me would I ever arrange a Boosie song? Boosie one of my favorite artists, man. But I used to when I was at Miles, I arranged a song by Webby. You know, it's called "What It Is." I think that Mr. Snipes rearranged that, for his band for his instrumentation, which he did an awesome job. So it's been
Mm.
pretty cool. But yeah, I love Boosie, man. I think Boosie is an awesome artist. He got a song that I'm thinking about arranging called Black Heaven. And when y'all get a chance, go listen to it. It's not just his lyrics. His lyrics are on point, but it's the color of the song. It's real black and brown. You heard me? So when you listen to it, man, it's got an electric guitar going on in the background. It's got some beautiful textures in that song, man. And I was very proud of him for taking his production to another level. It's him and Keisha Cole on that song. It's called Black Heaven.
Yeah, but
And
shoot, kind of sticking on that subject. So when it comes down to choosing a song that's gonna go to the masses to your band program,
yeah,
you know, what's more important, the song actually being a band friendly song or it being a song that's popular? Because some songs ain't really meant to be played by bands, in my opinion. Sometimes it's just
no, you're right.
the music ain't there. But it's a hot song at the moment. So how do you look at that?
Well, me, man, hmm, I look for songs that create emotional response inside of me.
Hmm.
If I felt it, then I can recreate it because I can describe it, right?
Yeah.
So what I do is musically, I describe it, and y'all call it an arrangement. Me, it's just me telling you what I felt. I'm just using musical notations to do it versus words.
Yeah, we talked about colors, man. PJ, it's got. I know there's some terminology that describes what you saying, man. Artists who can see colors, whether it's painting, music, dance. It's a color for it. All right, some questions that came in. All right, what are your visions? What are some of the visions and plans that you and Dr. O have in store for the fall season? This is asked by Notorious J. Cree.
Okay. Um, I think I had to talk to Dr. Oliver about that. Me, my thing is just to bring something to eat to the picnic. Just to I was taught as a young guy, even when somebody you related to invite you to a picnic, still bring something. So me, I just want to. Um, I'm really there on a more selfish journey. I want to learn what he knows. You know, um, but to the band, I'm just bringing me, my passion, my work ethic, my example. My standard for music and teaching and conducting and competition, the mindset, because one thing these people have to understand, band is not an after school activity. Band is war.
It's a
Band,
way of life. Yep.
you either gonna live or die out there. And I
Hmm.
want y'all young students, kids coming to college understand that you either gonna live or die out there. And if you sit across Alabama State University, wave your white flag and say, look, I give up. And then we can meet behind the stadium and so on and so forth, and I sign you up to transfer. But do not play. When the police pull you over, first thing you want to do is show them your hands. I'm letting y'all know. We the police, we're pulling you over. Show us your hands.
And
And
you already know, PJ. Look, you was that battle for Birmingham. Look, if it were to go down 2020, and you know how the bands was acting up during that chaos round, ASU got blood. They out for blood, man. They got to get them back.
and Dr. O out for blood, man. Dr. Oliver is on some he's on some other stuff this year, man. And I won't say what it is, I'm gonna let y'all see.
Yeah.
But he really I just say whatever you thought you saw from Alabama State before, that ain't what it is. So if that's what you're expecting and you ain't prepared.
Hmm. Hey, shout out to Show Style Talk, man. If y'all not following them, follow Show Style Talk on YouTube.
Hey, what's that with y'all out there? Show style talk?
Man, they got a question, man. They said, Show Style asked, what's some advice that you would give future band directors?
Man, listen, understand that you are the professional. And then on the flip side, allow your students to help you evolve your vision for band because they're going to outlive you. They're always going to be more in touch with the trends. You know, they're always going to be a bit more creative than you are. Start you a student leadership council if you don't have one because you got to understand that band is belong to the students. They're the ones marching and playing. You just write down the itineraries and the recipe. You just the captain, but you ain't the boat.
Hmm.
So always remember that, and always, like Dr. Oliver said, always keep it clean. Make sure that you're having, proper dealings, which is the opposite of improper dealings with your students. Make sure you handle them with respect, be respectful, because, sometimes we get passionate and we say the wrong curse words to the wrong kids, and if that kid said that same word back to you, you're going to feel some kind of way. So just treat them how you want to be treated. Also, while, asserting your authority, only when it's necessary. You shouldn't just walk in the door and start, I'm the boss, I'm the this, I'm the that. I mean, they gonna know you the boss anyway if you carry yourself the right way. Sometimes that diminishes, how they see you. Because you got to think some of these kids at home with parents that don't even tell them what to do. So
Mm-mm.
when you try to come demand something of them, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy because you have the first step to having a faithful following from your students is to establish trust and worth. Establish worth. Let them know, hey, I'm here for you. We're here for each other. We're family. And this is how family does not act, and this is how family does act. And once that's established, you ain't gonna have no problem. I think that dude, Deontay Kennedy, is one of the best band directors that I've seen do that in the high school realm. Because I follow him a lot. That's my little bro, and he FaceTime me all the time and allows me to see him and interact with his students in the classroom. And those kids feel as long as he's in front of them or conducting or directing them, that they're invincible, and that's how you want your kids to feel.
Yep. Yep. Good stuff. All right, 4JO. 4JO, that's a really good question right here, actually. Just kind of getting to the arrangement piece right here.
Yeah,
Um, a lot of bands are very heavy in their arrangements for baritones and mellophones. So how do you balance out those two instruments? How do you do it perfectly? He's saying range and voicing is very extra these days. So how
yeah.
do you balance out your mellows and baritones?
Well, it's all about preference of the arranger. You know, it's your sound that you got in your head and in your heart. So, perfect for me, I balance them out. I like for a lot of the voices to blend with the trombone, and I'm a tuba player. So, I write from the bottom perspective. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's how I hear.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm a sousaphone player. So, when I'm arranging, my arrangement is usually going to be a little darker,
Yeah.
because I'm from the dark side, you know. You know, I used to be light skinned like um Eddie,
I ain't light skinned. What you blind, man? I'm not
when I
light skinned.
started playing tuba.
I got vitiligo, man.
Oh, okay, so you're a whole albino out here. I got
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to be red bone, but when I started playing tuba, I got dark skin. It's just part of coming over to the dark side. But anyway, man, yeah, you can chord your baritones and mellophones to thin them out. It just depends on in your ear which voice is the prominent voice. You see what I'm saying? Do you hear, when you hear melodies, do you hear trumpets? You know what I mean? Or do you hear trombone?
Right.
Me, I hear trombone, because I'm a low brass guy, you know. And I really do feel like in my heart, I could have I could write a whole arrangement with just the trombone and the sousaphone. I could. So,
Yeah.
everything else to me sometimes is just filling or icing on a cake, or how they say at Alabama State, cream when you're talking about the trumpet. So,
All
but
right.
anyway,
A and B, Alabama Mass Band. They actually asked a question I was going to ask. Let's go ahead and I give y'all credit for it since y'all came up with it first. So, what are some of the things that you like the most about Alabama State from this past year, and what are some things that you saw that can be improved?
Water is good.
The water is great, and some sea moss. We're gonna get back on the sea moss before we close out.
Yeah, but some of the things I like about Alabama State, they had a really neat, clean sound. Um, they're excellent. Please forgive me crunching the ice. I'm a little country. There's some project that come from staying at your grandma's house. But anyway, there's an air conditioner anyway.
Uh huh.
But it come from mhm. But anyway, Alabama State University. I love their presentation. It's all are always professional. I love to see them people march in. They're one of the best bands in the world. The pageantry, and how regal they are. It's a whole. It's like a whole procession, man, to see that band march in. Um, Even the way they sit in the stands is camera ready. You know what I mean? The
Mm-hmm.
stands are beautiful. The honeybees are beautiful. The color guard is beautiful. Uh, you know, I think that they had a awesome sound this year. I think that it was really nice and clean, especially for the instrumentation that they had. Some of the things that I feel like they can do better, I just think that we got to add more to what's already there, and we're gonna put a little more aggression in the band, well, a lot more aggression in the band, so it can be um, a little more intimidating.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because it's a SWAC. It's one of those leagues, a band that I look at it like it's like wrestling. You know what I mean? You gotta body slam them with this arrangement right here. You gotta suplex them right here. Me, I'm writing stuff that's gonna DDT y'all band off the top rope. If you heard me,
Yeah.
can visualize that. I'm trying to break your neck. You know what I mean? It's just my personality.
In what sense, though? In what sense? I think that um, we're in the middle of a transitional point in band, in my opinion, man. We still have the power. Then you have bands that are starting to bring. They want to. The Rangers really going to town
Mm,
with these arrangements, man. As far as the
yeah,
dynamics and the intonation, it's not just about power anymore. I
yeah.
think so. What's your approach when you say you really going to come up at them in DDT? Like, what's your approach at doing that?
Well, just um, there's a special sound. Um, there's a special effect that certain keys give uh,
Mm.
bands.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a certain emotion that's created inside of the musician that's performing in this arrangement. And there's another emotion, that's what I call the secondary emotion or uh, contact smoke. That's what I'm gonna call it. It's called contact smoke.
Mm.
Uh, from what the other band feels when you play, when they sitting across from you. It's called contact smoke.
Mm.
You hear people say, I want all the smoke. But I'm telling you, it's called contact smoke. It's what I make you feel when my band makes the stands echo while you sitting there like it's empty.
I like that.
It's called contact smoke. When the smoke hits you, the smoke that you've been begging for all summer long,
Mm-hmm.
you get that smoke. Once the smoke contacts you, it's called contact smoke.
Mm.
You're getting smashed and it's ripping all your confidence out of your chest. And
Mm-hmm.
when it's your turn to play versus you being able to perform that downbeat with aggression, you got a knot in your throat. The contact smoke gonna choke you.
Mm.
You can't breathe right now. You understand what I'm saying?
I dig that, man. I dig that.
I'm talking to you right now. So if you really want to know where I'm at, with all out the little nice conversation and everything, I'm coming to steal you. You heard me? I'm coming to steal on you. You heard me? I'm coming to choke you out. You know what I mean?
Man.
I'm coming to take every look. I don't care. Really, I don't really care about how these other bands view themselves. That ain't none of my responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how great your lineage or your history says you are. I respect everybody. I'm just trying to tell you I don't care about that.
You're not supposed to.
I
You
don't
can
care
respect
about
it.
I'm not even
Mm-hmm.
taking in consideration. I'm not looking for no friendly competition.
Yeah.
I'm here to are you familiar with the word that says that's pronounced desecrate?
That's the game. That's the goal, right?
Man, I'm not here to compete with nobody. My
Yeah,
word is supremacy. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Look,
Hey, look, man. Look, y'all taking a new mellophone player, man. You know I've been practicing, right?
man, look, come on with it, bro. We'll audition offline just in case you ain't as solid as you think you are.
Don't
Yeah,
gas.
then
I'm.
we'll bring it back online if
Hey,
you.
don't tell me online because I know how to work auto tune. I
Oh,
know.
don't do that, bro. We ain't gonna T-Pain the mellow now. Come on, bro. Jay-Z said death to the auto tune. You hear me? But look,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
All right. Look, I don't think I see no more questions come in, man. Yeah, I know y'all had more than that, man. But let me check one more time, P. While I'm doing that, man, go ahead and tell them a little bit about the Irish Sea Moss, man. This is PJ Howard, man, but AKA the Sea Moss, man. Tell them a little bit about,
See
cause
most balls.
uh huh.
But look, I have my own brand of sea moss. It's it's called Sea Moss Boss, Sea Moss. And the reason I call myself that is because everything that I touch, I try to be the best at. So the sea moss situation is just nutrition for my people. I think that a lot of us lived in where some of us come from, or either we live in you know poverty-stricken neighborhoods, which for some strange reason suggest that our neighborhoods are littered with crime or drugs, which is it doesn't have to be that way. But a lot of us look to drugs for these euphoric feelings that help us escape reality, and we do it to try to change our reality, even just for that second or for that sensation. But what we don't understand, that black people are magical folks, and that most of us are chemists, and that there's something that grows from the earth that can medicate you, or that can recreate that feeling that certain drugs give you,
Mm-hmm.
where they grow from the ground. So you have to do research. I'll tell you what the sea moss. One reason that I decided to start offering sea moss to people is because I was doing research and doing this coronavirus break. I thought I had coronavirus, and so I was looking for things that would help me boost my immune system to protect me from it because I've actually had people die from coronavirus that were close to me.
Mm.
So, whether, all the conspiracy theories about what's causing it and what's not causing it, that's beyond me. But I saw people that I cared about pass away.
Mm.
And,
Sorry to hear that, brother.
yeah, man. But, so what I did was I was researching things. I ran across the sea moss and the benefits of it. So I began to take it. And me, I have so many things going on at once that I forget stuff because there's only so much room up there, And I started taking the sea moss and it made my thoughts sharper. It made me on the inside. I started feeling different, and like in my mind started changing. Like the things that used to aggravate me and make me angry,
Mm-hmm.
they can't touch me. I'm like MC Hammer now. Can't touch that.
Yeah, you gave me some funny examples of that, man, on the phone, man. I'm that's what really sold me on it. I can't wait to get my batch in the mail, man.
Yeah, man.
Um,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, bro. It's like I'm gonna tell you what's. Like we live in a world that, especially social media, it desensitizes you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we can see people die, and we'll be like, our reaction be like, "Damn!" And then that moment only lasts for as long as it takes us to scroll on to the next image.
Right.
So we
Right.
become desensitized mentally, you know. But me, I didn't realize that I had become desensitized until I started taking the CMAR. So I was sitting downstairs. I just got out of the shower, and I was listening to the soundtrack from one of the Netflix series. And the song was so beautiful, man. My eyes started watering. I'm like, what in the hell is going on with me? I don't cry over music no more. That's one of the things that stopped me from arranging for a while because I wasn't feeling anything.
I tell you what, man. You a Marine just like I'm a Marine, man.
But
And you talk about desensitization. Look, you may want to reach out to the Wounded Warriors, man, because like I'm pretty sure it's not coincidental that me and you had that same trait where we don't feel a whole lot of emotion, man. And
you know,
if this CMOS can help, with that, man, you might be on to
Sea moss
something right there.
do something to your head though, bro. It's like it's gonna make you like people that you may not care for. It's gonna make you see the good in people. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's like eating uh, a smoothie infused with positivity every morning, and then like even when you use the restroom, it's a different experience. Even when you sleep, you sleep even now. I was waking up before, I used to have these little cricks in my neck, and my neck was stiff and stuff like that. I was waking up with headache.
That's
And,
crazy.
and another thing is, I wake up nowadays, my mouth tastes different. You know how when you wake up in the morning, it's usually one of the first things you do is get the little boogers and crust and slime out of your eyes.
Mm.
I don't even have it anymore.
That's mucus. So you saying that a sea moss can cut back on mucus too?
And it don't cut back on mucus, bro. It kills
It
mucus.
kills mucus.
It
Mm.
destroys mucus.
You know
And
what mucus is? Music is what causes cancer in our bodies, man. I'm
but
sure you know that.
mucus is the carrier of all viruses and all diseases,
Including cancer, right?
including cancer and HIV too. So, when you talk about that stuff, people start getting nervous. I'm gonna say it plain to you, to everybody who's watching. I'm not trying to tell you to get sea moss from me. I'm telling you to get sea moss. And because you need it. It's like 100 minerals that your body needs to function perfectly. Sea moss has 98 of those 100 minerals. 98. So you'll be 98% whole just by in terms of in nutrition wise, just by taking 2 teaspoons of this stuff daily. Does it taste nasty? I've heard people say it does, but mine doesn't because I mean I know how to prepare it in such a way that it has no taste. Sometimes no taste is nasty, but I put mine in a smoothie and it makes me feel good. It gives me childlike energy. You know, I'm not.
Hold on. You said that, so it's pretty much a fountain of youth.
Well, that's what it feels like, man. I don't want to tell nobody that, but that's what it feels like, man. I really feel,
Oh, it's on then. It's on. So I'm
man.
com-
I really feel like like the feelings that I feel, like, and I'm just talking about internally and mentally. I haven't felt like this ever since I started having bills. Like I don't. I'm happy to pay bills now, because in it gives you like a. People don't understand that when people say when we was taught you are what you eat, that's real because you got to think. Let me give you this illustration right quick. In most of our zip codes, we're eating cows, chickens, liquor. That's what our zip code offers us. We don't have health food stores in our neighborhoods because those in the more upper echelon neighborhoods where you can get organic this and distill that and real spring water and non genetically modified foods. Back in the G, all the food was non genetically modified, but that's another story. So that food was exported from our zip codes because you know, um, population control, man. Just leave it like that. If you don't
that's
believe
what
in
it
that
is.
stuff,
Yeah.
then I'm sorry, but you got to think there is no. When you go to the doctor, they asked me something one time. You know what they asked me? The people asked me that high blood pressure, diabetes, and cancer run in my family.
Because you black, right?
No, man. High blood pressure, cancer, and diabetes runs in nobody's family.
But they assume that though. That's not. They
No,
assume
it's
that
just they trying to shop it to you like those are natural ways to die. Like if you got that out, man, I knew it was a possibility I was gonna get it because my mama had it or my grandma had it. No, that's bull crap.
it's not natural at all.
It
No.
comes from the food source that's purposely offered in your zip code. Like you gotta look. We got a lot of Piggly Wigglers around. I mean, you can walk in Piggly Wiggly and smell that. As soon as you hit the door, you know something ain't right because when you walk in public, it don't smell like that.
Right. Well, I
You know,
mean, how do you condition? Let me ask you this then. So if that is what's available in certain area codes, as you put it, versus in the more upper echelon,
Yeah.
That means that healthy living isn't the standard, in certain demographics, certain areas. So how do
I
you
mean,
switch? How do you switch that paradigm?
healthy living, you gotta change your mind. You gotta live healthy on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? It ain't something that's gonna happen by chance. And even in the zip codes that good food is offered, that don't mean people eating it. You gotta be conscious. You gotta purposely, like it's gotta be on your mind to eat the right stuff.
I'm down. I'm down. So yeah, I'm putting my order in. Y'all look, go to at C underscore Moss underscore boss underscore Birmingham Beham. It's on the screen right here at the bottom. Go ahead and send a message to Mr. Howard right here.
If y'all
He
need me, man, I can help you. I know more
yeah.
about I know more. I forgot more about food than people actually know. But I'm gonna leave y'all with this in terms of nutrition. You see how our teeth are flat? We're really not supposed to eat meat. And the reason I'm trying to tell y'all this is think about our beef eaters out there who love these cheeseburgers. Man, how you feel that you can eat a cheeseburger tonight and you can get with your old lady, right? Y'all can create a child. And by the time your child is 6 and a half, you'll just now be digesting that cheeseburger you ate in 2020. It'll be 2026.5 before you see that cheeseburger again. How do
Mm,
you feel about that? So think about how long that this cheeseburger that you ate in
mm,
less than 60 seconds
mm.
and with you for 6.5 years. Think about what form it's gonna be in. Just because you poop it don't mean it's over with. You gotta understand this one thing around here. That burger has rotted so many times inside you, and anything that's been inside of your body for 6 years has attached itself to your inside.
All right. Hey PJ, you sound like you going vegan? You going full vegan over here or what?
No, man, I still eat turkey and
Oh, about to say, man, that's that.
but I eat food that I can digest. I don't eat beef. I haven't
Yeah,
eaten beef or pork in since 2008. So I guess what, 12 years?
yeah. About to say,
I haven't
I gotta get Killer Kev on here too. You know Killer Kev, man, he been going strong with the veganism.
yeah, Killer Kev deep, man. He understands. But this is what I'm gonna tell you guys who are eating all these beef and pork and stuff from your neighborhoods. Listen, find a way to grow your own food. Food that you can trust. You know you can trust it because you made it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So listen to this too, y'all. Um and I want y'all to follow me too on my YouTube channel. It's Band Talk Tonight with PJ Howard. I'm trying to get that back going on.
Oh, let's do it. Let me put in the banner right quick. Say it one
Band,
more time.
Band Talk Tonight with PJ Howard. Y'all follow me, y'all subscribe, man. I'm trying to get my viewers up. When band season get rolling back, we're gonna do lives and so on and so forth, so y'all can see the creation process. Because some of y'all listen to y'all bands, man. Y'all ain't got a clue.
That's
But
crazy.
I mean, we got a lot of great arrangers out here, but they don't know. They know zero about manipulating ensemble.
There you
But
go.
think about this in your neighborhood. Think about the type of cows. What happened to the cow? If you believe in energy, think about this. So cows are slaughtered. But before cows are slaughtered, they had to stand in single file line. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They stand in a single file line. So think of it, if I was a cow and you was behind me, you know me to be a strong dude, and then you heard me move a certain way, you like, dang, what PJ scared of? What? Because you can't see around me.
Mm-mm.
Only thing you see is my body language and the way that I'm crying out. And think about how energy doesn't die; it just transfers or change forms, but it,
Mm-hmm.
it always lives, right?
Yes,
So
yeah.
think about this. So think about you are eating a cow that when he died,
He
he
was
was
terrified.
he was terrified, he was desperate,
Mm-hmm.
he was scared, he was angry. You hear me?
I hear you.
So
Yep.
so when you are what you eat, you just ate a depressed, scared, angry, terrified, desperate cow. Every time you put that McDonald's in your mouth, that's what you're consuming. So guess what you become? You yourself have just consumed desperate, scared, angry, and terrified energy. So you wondering why we got the crime rate? It's a part of a whole plan. I'm not gonna offer these folks no food that ain't got no hormones in it because I want them to stay trapped. I want them to stay killing each other. You know why? Because if you ate a cow who was desperate and angry, then you walk around here every day, desperate and angry, terrified, paranoid, don't know when it's your turn to die. So you know what that does to a person's mind? You was in the Marine Corps, I was in the infantry. You know what that does to your mind? It gives you a sense of I don't give a damn no more. Death coming. So whatever I do ain't gonna matter because it's coming for me. No, it ain't fast. I don't care about nobody because don't nobody care about me. That's what y'all eat. That's what you're feeding your kids. That's what you're feeding yourself. And you wonder why when we look at each other, we don't even see people. We just see objects. And so that's
Crazy.
why when some of us killing each other, man, it's almost the same sensation you get. You don't feel no remorse because Facebook and other social media is desensitizing us. So if you don't start taking something that's alive, like sea moss,
Yeah.
or black seed oil or something like that that has, those are electric foods like key limes. Like people like drink lemon water, drink lime water. Lemons ain't even real. Lemon is something that was created, that was derived, that was created because it's a little sweeter than lime. It's a little juicier and it weighs more, so I can sell it for more money. Lemons ain't real, man. Neither is cabbage. Eat something that's electric. And when I say electric foods, foods that stimulate life inside of you, that almost give you an electric shock. You know what I mean? The same
Yeah.
thing it does when your heart stop beating. They put those defibrillators on your chest and shock you. You heard me? That's what these foods do. Electric foods. Get you some sea moss, or get you some black seed oil, and so on and so forth. That when you consume it, as soon as it start working, you feel it working. You're gonna feel strong, you're gonna feel alive, and then you're gonna be able to create better thoughts, better decisions. And those two things, thoughts and decisions, is gonna decide whether you're gonna be wealthy or not. And it's gonna decide the quality of life that you're gonna live, for the rest of your days, man. So I'm not trying to tell you to want CMOS. I'm just trying to tell you you need it.
All right, y'all got more than some band talk, man. Y'all got more than just some, director's corner. We got some health tips. We got some life coaching, man. We got a little bit of everything, man. So, um, I wanted to bring, hey Trav, I just sent you a link. Travis with Show Style, man. I want to get you on right quick. Tomorrow, I want y'all to tune in to Show Style Talk.
That's right.
Wednesday, I think it's from 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I may have the times wrong, but come on, man. I just sent you a link, Trav. I'm about to send you a link too, Brandon, as well.
Man, y'all
Uh,
please make sure y'all subscribe to my little channel, man. Band
yeah.
Talk Tonight with PJ Howard. Please.
So what you gonna be doing on that channel, bro?
Man, just I want to tell the real secrets on how to build bands. I want people to be able to see me manipulate ensembles. I want to show, real time. Sometimes we can write literature down, and people can read it, but that don't mean they read with understanding or even understand the actual essence. So if we, it's almost like, this virtual learning thing is, if you're doing it from an instructional level, you can help people. They can actually see the example, and sometimes it's easier for us to understand things and be able to go, duplicate what we saw. Um, almost like learning a dance move. You can write it down. I might not get it right, but I can see essence when I'm looking at things. I can see the finesse. I can see if it was a short, like, staccato type movement or what have you. So, you know,
Yeah, I can't. I'm looking forward to it, man. This season about to be crazy, man. There is gonna be a fall 2020 season, man. Let's
man,
do it.
we're already preparing for it, man.
Let's
Ain't
do it.
nobody worried about
Yeah,
that, man. These folks
yeah,
be putting out football schedules, bro.
yeah.
They moving on. The University of Alabama around here, they dropped news a news article saying that they're gonna be back at 100% on campus occupancy in August. So I mean, it's business as usual. Only thing we can't stop living. We have to find out how to. You already know. We got to, we got to adjust.
All right, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Hey, look, got Trav on the line right here.
What's up, Trap baby?
What's happening with you,
What's up,
Trav?
y'all?
What's that? Whoa.
Man,
Yeah,
look, this is
man.
Travis. This is Travis right here from Show Style Talk, y'all. Man, go ahead and tell them a little bit about the show tomorrow. and how to tune in.
Well, first off, as y'all can see, I cut my hair finally, man. Had to get a little
You
shortcut. I
got
got a little fro going, you know. But anyway, so tomorrow we got a really big show, man. I need all of y'all to tune in. We got Miss Zoe Renee from the Quad. You know, she played a little scared saxophone player.
Mm.
Um, and honestly, the reason we ended up getting her is because the best part of the quad was the band. Let's be real about it. You know, she agreed to it. We've been trying to get her on our show for like 3 years now. So we have her coming on this week. So tune in tomorrow on Show Style Talk. Follow us on YouTube or follow our Facebook Live. Just type in Show Style Talk on YouTube or Facebook. Um, Also, next week we got Mr. PJ Howard coming on,
there
man.
you go.
And so yeah, man, we got two really good shows for y'all. Make sure y'all tune in, man.
All right, let's get it, man. Let's look show style talk. I
Yeah,
want y'all to
man.
mob the comments. I need y'all out there deep tomorrow. All right, Wednesday. What time it start again?
6 p.m. Central Time, Eastern Time 7.
Boom. All right, that's it, bro. We gonna be out there. All right, they go Brandon. Brandon on the line. Let me get Brandon on right quick. Hold on 1 sec.
Oh, we got
Oh, we on
Brandon on
here.
stage.
We on here. What's going on, Rogers?
Yo, what's good?
One half of the Rogers
Hey,
bros
I'm
right
Oh,
here.
dude, what's up?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got
Is it
Brandon
like a
Rogers right
echo?
here. You good, bro? You good?
Am I echoing through y'all stuff though?
No, you good, bro.
Dang, this is sweet. Eddie, God dang, fool.
Yeah, man. Got a nice little setup.
What's
I
happening,
ain't gonna
man?
lie, this pretty sweet. I'm good, bro. What you got going on?
All right, so we out here. Just want to give you a little shout out, a little love, right quick, man. This is the director's corner with PJ Howard right here. You see him on the screen right here.
I see you, boy. What's good
You know what
on
I'm
Van Goon?
You already know what I'm doing. Kicking back, booling, baby.
Hold on, let me I got this going through my car. Let me because I think I got a delay.
No, you good. You good. All right, man. We gonna wrap up, man. Where you go, Brandon?
There he is.
Say one more time.
It's a little choppy. It's a little choppy.
He got a cricket phone.
That's what I was saying. It probably. All right, let me know if y'all can hear me better now.
Now we good. Go ahead. Well, tell them a little bit about this week's, man. What's going on? What's planned for the Rogers Bros this week, man?
Man,
Bro.
look, we plan on going live on Sunday for sure. Like, we didn't go live this Sunday because we was celebrating Mother's Day, you know, with our mom and everything.
Yeah.
Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Tell Trace
But yeah,
I
we
said was
just
down.
plan on going live. We ain't nothing new, man. Just going on, chilling, doing our thing like we typically do. We might have some announcements on Sunday, but y'all gotta wait till Sunday.
All right, absolutely, man. All right, bro. I want to make sure I brought the fellas on. Hey, PJ, thanks for your time. Look, we
Man,
been,
bless y'all, man.
you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm ready. Like I say, I'm gonna send you some audition clips of me on my mellophone. I'm ready to march. You know what I'm
Hey.
saying? This fall. All right?
Look, before y'all get off.
Hey, you got that 3C
look.
ready? What you playing on now, Eddie?
Huh?
What you playing on now? The 3C?
I'm still on that 3C. Yeah, I'm ready.
Look, listen.
All right.
Look what I need from all three of y'all. Look,
It's a sweet setup, man.
Hey.
You doing your thing, Eddie.
Travis.
Keep it up.
E, guess what? I need T-shirts from y'all channel so I can rock them.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, absolutely. I got you, P.
I need some apparel,
Oh,
Travis.
I can't even hear him.
Yeah, we got you, PJ.
All right, absolutely.
I'm gonna text you, B. I'm gonna
I
talk
can't
to you.
even hear PJ.
I'm
I
about-
can hear Eddie. I can hear Trav. I can't hear PJ.
All right, I need y'all to go support.
Talking to you in Braille.
We gonna get some of the masks. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna about to get a shirt too, man. So, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
One last thing I want to add. Yeah, Show Style Talk shirts will go on
There you
sale. I believe next week. So you know they're gonna be $20 a piece. We'll drop it next week though. We'll let y'all know more information about that.
All right, here we go. All right, meet me on the 50. Corona masks are on sale starting tomorrow. All right, you got the MMOT 50, and you got the Yuck Mouth. You got the Yuck Mouth right here too.
Oh,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
nice.
All right, so let's go. Let's go. All right, hey fellas, man, we done for the night, man. I appreciate you, PJ. Hey fella, hey Brandon, hey Trav. Thanks for tuning in, bro. We look tomorrow. I need y'all to mob show style, and Sunday y'all already know, man. You got to mob the Rogers Bros Sunday. All right.
Absolutely. We appreciate you,
All
Eddie.
right,
dog.
yeah.
Man,
All
bless
right, bro.
y'all, man.
Yeah, thank you for having us, Eddie.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
man, everybody, baby.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, let's do it. All right, look, forget Corona. Hey, look, it ain't gonna mess with this season, man. All right, we good. Fall 2020, we in there.
Indeed, bro. You
All
got
right,
it.
we out of here.
All right, y'all.
All right.
All right, thanks y'all for tuning in. I'm your host. Meet me on the 50. It's been the Director's Corner with PJ Howard. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Excuse me, I got ice in my mouth. All right, like the comment. Hey, look, like the video, share it out. Let everybody know what we're doing over here. Meet me on the 50, man. This is the Director's Corner. We back with another battle, a Rangers battle Monday. All right. Tuesday, another Director's Corner. And then Friday, we're going to, cranking and driving. You know that. Cranking and driving every Friday. All right. We out of here, man. Let's go.